Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and today I'm going to show you how to build this cute and cozy tiny chalet in Minecraft. This is also a perfect starter house if you're looking to set up in the mountains. It has all of the bare necessities on the inside, a bed, some storage, crafting and a few furnaces. So let's have a quick look at the materials list and then we can get started with the build. So these are all of the blocks that we're going to be using to make this chalet, and they are to the exact number needed. The top row here are all of the spruce blocks that we're going to be using, the second row are all of the oak blocks, the third row are all of the dark oak blocks. Then we just have some more miscellaneous building blocks that we're going to be using, and then just some detailed miscellaneous items that we're also going to be placing down. Just doing a quick scroll over in case you're not sure as to what some of them are. The last row here in my inventory are just all of the blocks that are going to be helpful in a survival situation. One last thing to mention, these 6 cornflowers simply represent the amount of flowers needed. They don't all have to be cornflowers. I'd honestly recommend getting 6 different ones in total. They're just going to be placed inside 2 of the flower pots here and on top of the coarse dirt. So just grab 6 of any flowers. First things first, we're going to start off with a 7x5 rectangle made out of white terracotta blocks. And once we've got this in position, we then want to come to one of the shorter sides here with the 5 blocks. And this is going to be the front of the build, and we just want to mark our doorway down by breaking this block right here. So from the left side, 1, 2, 3 and the 4th block inwards on that spot right there. Just break that. Then we can get some more white terracotta blocks, and on the 2 longer sides here where we have 7 blocks, we just want to bring all of these up by an additional 2 more white terracotta blocks. So it should look like this. Round the back of the build, we just want to have a line of 3 going across the top here, leaving a gap here to place in a window. And round the front of the build, we're going to add 2 more here in the middle, and then 1 across the top and another one here. So our door is going to go here, and we're going to have another smaller window here. Next up, we can grab our white stained glass panes, and we're just going to place in our windows, so 3 at the front and 1 at the back. And then whilst we're inside here, we can place down our oak door on the back of this block so that it looks like this from the front. Then we can grab some spruce planks, and we're just going to outline all of these terracotta blocks going all the way around in another 7x5 rectangle, just like that. Then grab some stripped dark oak logs, and we're just going to add 3 of these on all 4 corners. And now we're going to get started on the roof outline. So you want to grab some dark oak planks and dark oak slabs, and we're going to start at the front of the build here by placing down 2 slabs just like that. We want to have a full block on the outside of it and then another slab right here, so it looks like this. Then we're going to have another slab on top of this slab, both sides, and then 2 dark oak planks, another slab in the middle here, and 1 more on top. So you can see we get this shape with our roof, which we can very quickly copy around the back as well. So 2 slabs, then a slab on top, then a full plank, then 2 more slabs in the middle, and just a plank and a slab on the outside. And then we can bring these slabs all the way across to touch the other side on both of the longer sides, just like that. Underneath these slabs, we're going to add in some dark oak trapdoors. So we're going to start on the outside block and just skip a block so that we place 5 in total on both of the sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then we can grab some spruce slabs and fill in our roof. And that is very simply done like this, just by adding in that spruce slab level with the dark oak block that's on the outline. With the roof all done, we can now get started on the walls on the top level here. So we're just going to grab some oak planks and some oak stairs for now and add in all of the detail afterwards. We're just placing in the main building blocks for the moment. So we're going to start at the front of the chalet here, and we're going to have 3 oak planks either side next to those logs. An upside down stair level with the top blocks, and then another block at the front. There's going to be a balcony, but like I said, we're going to come back and add all that stuff later on. Moving around to the left hand side of the build here, so starting at the front, coming around to the left hand side, we're going to have a line of oak planks at the bottom, a line of oak planks at the top, and then a plank either side, leaving a gap for a window. Round the back of the build, we're going to do a similar thing as to what we have round the front. 3 planks on either side, a stair at the bottom, and then a full plank at the top, just like that. And for the final side round here, we're going to start off with 3 oak planks next to both of the logs, 3 more in the middle, just like that. then an oak plank here, a stair here on the left hand gap, and then for this gap we're actually going to step inside and just place in an upside down oak stair like that. The next thing we're going to build is a staircase leading up to this open doorway right here. So we're going to start round the front of the build and we're going to place in 2 spruce stairs next to the white terracotta. However, this stair next to the wall is going to be placed into it. So we just want to place it into the white terracotta and the other one round this side so we get that little bit of curvature. We're then going to do that 3 more times going up so we can actually use this as a staircase to get us to this point right here. And underneath we're going to do a similar thing but flipped upside down. So the stair is going to go into the white terracotta and the one beside it is going to go into the stair. And we just want to repeat that 3 more times up until this point right here. And that is our staircase all done. We now just want to add in some oak trapdoors for a barrier or a railing, whatever you want to call this. So we're going to have 1 at the bottom, then 2 here, another 2 here, another 2 here, and if we just flip all of those open, and we're also going to add 2 more here, my bad, so we should have something like this from the side. And round the back we just want to grab 2 temporary blocks and put the oak trapdoors on the bottom of them, flip them up, and there we go. We have a nice safety railing so you can use the staircase and get into the top level up here. Now we're going to start work on the balcony around the front of the build here, and we're going to start by placing a temporary block in the center here next to that open doorway with 2 stripped spruce logs horizontally coming off the side of it. We just want to then replace that temporary block with another stripped spruce log. Off the front of that we're going to have a spruce stair here, 1 in the middle and another one on the side, with then 3 spruce slabs in the center here, and underneath those in line with the slabs we're going to have some trap doors. Underneath the open logs here we're going to have 2 spruce fences just like that, and 3 walls underneath those fences. Now just add in a railing around this balcony, so we need 2 brick walls in either corner, a spruce fence gate here, another one here, and then 3 more at the front. So your balcony should look like this. Just a couple of more details to add into this section. We're going to have 2 oak buttons on the ends of these stripped spruce logs. We're also going to have 2 empty flower pots on top of the brick walls here. We can also go ahead and add in our spruce door on the back of this spruce plank so that it looks like this from the front, as you can see. And then last but not least, we're going to have a lantern underneath that block right there. Now coming round to the left hand side here where we have this 3 wide gap for a window. In front of it we're going to make a flower bed, so just stick 3 coarse dirt blocks and we're going to surround it with some spruce trapdoors just like that. We can also go ahead and stick some flowers inside of the coarse dirt just like that. Underneath here in the middle we're going to have a spruce plank, 2 upside down stairs either side, and a trapdoor in the middle. Whilst we've got the trapdoors on hand, we can go ahead and place some in front of all of these spruce planks here. So next to the flower bed we're going to have 2 either side just like that. Round the back of the chalet we're going to have 5 across the side here. And then for the sides of the staircase we'll have 2 round the back and then 3 round the front. As for the front of the build here, just leave it as it is, as there's no spruce planks on show. Now we're going to come round to where we have this staircase, and underneath on this spot we're going to make a little bit of a log pile. So the first thing we're going to do is place down a log on this spot right here facing outwards. We're then going to have one facing sideways just like that with a log on top, and then another one here on this spot. So there are the larger logs, and then we're going to use extinguished campfires here as some smaller logs. So you can see it looks a little bit like that when you put out the flames with the shovel. So you just want to place 2 there and then 1 more in this little corner right here. At the top of the staircase we're going to have a spruce door here, a glass pane in that spot, and then a spruce fence with a lantern on top. Round the back of the build we're going to start off by placing 2 glass panes there for our window, and we're going to have 2 oak trapdoors on the sides for some shutters. Then we can come down to the bottom level here where we have this 3 wide window. In the center we're going to have a coarse dirt block surrounded by spruce trapdoors with something inside as a nice little flower bed. And on the corner blocks here of the white terracotta we're going to place down 2 brick walls, a spruce fence on top of those, and then we're going to have 1, 2, 3 slabs in the middle. We then just want to have a spruce trapdoor next to the slab and underneath it on both of the sides, just like that. Round this side with the flower bed at the top, just behind it, we're going to have 3 glass panes for our windows. And now we can come back down to the empty white terracotta. And the first thing we're going to do to make this look a little less bland, over on the right hand side here on this spot, we're going to place in a barrel with one facing towards us on top of it. A regular barrel facing upwards just diagonally to the side and in front. And then we're going to have one more facing sideways just like that. We then want to stick a chest here, and then one more around the side. So this is very similar to the log stack that we have around the other side. It's just a nice little detail to kind of break up the emptiness we have here with all of these white blocks. So we've got all of that added in, and just stick a lantern here for a little bit extra lighting. With this in place, we still have this empty section, and to break all of that up, we're going to make a tiny shed on the side of the chalet. Very, very small. It's going to be about this big. So the first thing you need to do is place down 4 temporary blocks, just like I've done there. We're going to have 2 spruce trapdoors on top, and then 2 on both of the sides, just like that. We can then go ahead and get rid of those temporary blocks, and we're just going to step inside what we've built here, and we're going to place down 2 spruce doors, and you should find they open like that. We just want to go ahead and break the left hand side one so that they open both this way. You might have to do a little bit of tweaking there just to make sure they open in a correct way, not in a weird way like before. So we've got our little shed design. Very, very small. There's not a whole lot of room in here, but I thought it would be helpful to add in a stone cutter for one, a grindstone for a second. Make sure you're crouching when you place that on the trapdoor. And then over here, we're going to have an armor stand with some leather cap on top and some leather boots on the bottom. And we can close that up, and that is the shed all done. The very final thing we need to do for the exterior of the build is just come round here to the front of the chalet, and we're going to stick a scaffolding block in front of the window with a flower pot on top. And there we go, that's the exterior all done. We can now head inside and start work on the interior. The first thing we're going to do inside of here is break all of the blocks on the floor here. So just go ahead and get rid of all of these. And now we're going to place in our floor using stone bricks, crackstone bricks, stone and andesite. And we're just going to place down 3 of the andesite, stone and crackstone bricks. So maybe just one here, and one here for the andesite. It doesn't matter where you place them, just kind of spread out a little bit like this. Maybe that for the stone, and the crackstone bricks. We'll do something a little bit like that maybe. You can kind of tweak this as you place it. And we're just going to fill in the rest with regular stone bricks. So we get a nice textured floor that looks like this. On this bottom level, we're going to have our furnaces against this window wall right here. So smoker in the middle, blast furnace to the left, and furnace to the right. Or all furnaces, all blast furnaces. Change up the order, it doesn't matter. Just a nice little area for some smelting. And then 1 block away over here on this spot, we're going to have our crafting table. And then we're going to make a piston table right here. So we're going to break this block down by 2 blocks, stick a lever down there and flick it on, place our piston by crouching and placing it down like that. Just grab another white terracotta block and replace the dirt block behind it like that. And then on top of this piston, we're going to have ourselves a lantern. So the floor to the second level is going to be made out of barrels. That way it's going to look nice from the underneath as well as on top, and we're also going to be able to access it for storage. So the first thing we're going to do is just place 3 temporary blocks here in front of the doorway, hop up on top of them and in front of the lantern, crouching whilst you do this. Starting at the spruce plank, we're just going to place 4 of them in like that. Then another 4 to the left hand side, and then standing on top of this central block, we're just going to do a little jump. Place 1 down like that. Same again if we move over a block. That way we get the barrels all facing the same way and we don't have an upside down one like that. We do, however, need one in this spot, so we're just going to place a temporary block here and we're just going to place it into it like that. And you should find the backside is the underneath texture of the barrel, like that. Go ahead, get rid of those temporary blocks and place in a spruce stair just to the side here next to that wall in line with the piston. And we're going to place a second, a third and a 4th, taking us up to the same height as the barrels above. The last thing we need to do is just place down 1, 2 and 3 upside down stairs. To make the ceiling on the second level here, the first thing we need to do is actually break these 5 slabs on the roof. It's going to expose the outside, but it's okay because we're going to cover it up. This is maybe something we should have done to begin with, but to be honest with you, I completely forgot. So the first thing we're going to do next to these slabs is just place down 2 upside down stairs on either side, facing into each other. Then we're going to have 3 in the middle, and you should find it curves it round on the corner just like that. We'll do the same over here, 3 more of those. Then next to these blocks, we're going to have 2 slabs, then 2 trapdoors, and in the center, a chain and a lantern. On this singular barrel, we're going to have ourselves a chest just like that. And then next to it here, over in this corner, we're going to have a bed. You're going to want to crouch when you place these, obviously, otherwise you're just going to open up the barrels underneath. What we can then do is grab some spruce trapdoors, and we're going to crouch and place one next to this chest block. And then we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 and flip them all upwards. And that way we just get a nice little barrier to access our staircase and not fall down it. Over in this corner, just next to this door, we're going to have a scaffolding for a table and a flower pot on top. At the top of the staircase on this block, we're going to have a painting, but we don't want one that size, so we're just going to place a temporary block here, and we're just going to have a 2-high painting like that. And then over here above the bed, just a nice little touch, we're going to have an item frame with something to go inside. Could maybe be your first pickaxe. Anything you want. I'm going to add in a clock though. That's my choice of what I want to put in the item frame. What you want is entirely up to you. The very last thing we need to do before the house is all done is just replace this spruce plank right here. That's going to pop off the door. That's okay though. And in replace of it, we're going to have a barrel. So just come and stand by the bed, place down the barrel, and replace the doorway, crouching whilst you do it, of course. And there we go. That looks a little bit neater and gives us an extra barrel for storage. So there we go everybody, that's going to do it for today's tutorial. I really hope you've enjoyed this build and the video. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.